Hi, this is Hayden Friedman. This is my audience, but unfortunately our camera doesn't swivel and we don't have any place to put it where you can see them. So I'm going to teach you guys how to make a funfetti cake today. Who here likes confetti? How about fun? And does anybody here like cake? Yeah. Well, wouldn't it be great if there was a way to combine all of these things into one fantastic dessert? There is a way, it turns out. I'm going to teach you guys how to make a really simple, easy funfetti cake that really, even if you're no Rachel Ray, because I know I'm no master baker, you're really going to be able to achieve an elegant and tasty dessert. And the great thing about this cake is that you are going to be able to show up to any Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, solstice, or Mardi Gras party with a dessert that everybody's just going to gobble up. I mean, you're going to be the hero of the dessert table. And it can turn even, we just use a really affordable store-bought mix and frosting, and it can turn even the most kitchen-impaired wannabe baker, such as myself, into the proud creator of a really, really tasty cake. So what we're going to start with is you're going to have to head down to your local grocery store and pick up the following materials and ingredients. First, we have a large bowl. Then we're going to use a mixing utensil. And we are going to get a box of Pillsbury Funfetti frosting, which looks like this. And we're going to get a box of Pillsbury Funfetti cake mix, which this is the emptied mix into a bowl just for quick, easy use. Now we're going to go ahead and get some eggs. You're going to use 3 large eggs for this recipe, 3/4 of a cup of vegetable oil, and Crisco is a really easy solution for this, and also 1 cup of water. The last thing we're going to do before we start baking is go ahead and preheat the oven to 350 degrees. So now that that's done, we can start cooking. The first thing we're going to do is empty all of our mix, our vegetable oil, our 1 cup of water, and all 3 of our eggs into the bowl. Make sure that you're careful when you crack your eggs because you do not want to get shells in the batter, just like that. Whoops. So then you're going to take a stirring utensil, and I like to either use a metal whisk or a rubber-tipped spatula, anything that's really going to stand up to this batter, which is pretty stiff, is going to work. And we're just going to stir it in a circular motion. And you can use an electric mixer on this, but I really find that it's easier to kind of go the old school route and just use materials that are operated by hand, because you're really going to get a more even mix and you're not going to get those patchy, powdery spots. Okay, so you'll know you're done when it looks really smooth and you don't see any powdery spots, because that means that your cake is just going to be smooth and delicious and exactly the way you want it. So now we are going to get just a really standard round cake pan. Any cake pan with the right volume will work. I like to use this kind because it produces a cake that's really easy to frost. So we're going to take just a generic cooking oil. You can use spray olive oil, spray vegetable oil, and you're just going to really generously spray the pan with this oil. You do not want to skimp here, because otherwise you're going to get a cake that just is going to stick, and that is not what you want. So from there, we are going to take out the stirring utensil and just pour the cake into the pan. And make sure it's very even. Nice. And we are going to scrape the bottom with the spatula so we get as much cake in there as possible. Okay, this looks great. So now our oven should be heated, and we're going to take the pan and go ahead and start baking it. But we have something so we're gonna wait. And now, to show you how to frost the cake, I'm going to use this already baked cake that's half frosted so that we don't spend too much time on this. But the way to frost this cake is to go ahead and just put a big dollop of the Pillsbury Funfetti frosting on top and work it into the cake like this. Just make sure you're filling in any holes. And you're gonna want to use this whole can of frosting for just one cake because it's gonna give you nice even coverage. It's going to really make the cake tasty, and everybody knows that frosting is the best part of the cake. So once you are done frosting, we're going to take this confetti sprinkles that come in the mix and just evenly spread them over the cake. This is what really brings a fun color to the cake. It's going to kind of make it vibrant. It's going to make it a really fun dessert to bring to the dessert table. And look at that! We're done with our Funfetti cake, and it's time to eat up. Thanks, you guys. I've just showed you how to make a really simple cake that's going to make you really kind of the pride of the dessert table. It's going to make you the hero at any party. And you know, who knew cooking could be so effortless? I just showed you how to do that in a really small amount of time with affordable ingredients, and I hope you guys enjoy.